Zoya and Nitya were very clear right in the start that it is not meant to come through in any of my behavior or mannerisms that he's a gay man. He's supposed to be alpha, as masculine as it gets, and it's just that he likes to sleep with men. That's it. No, I don't believe in things being too late or too early or whatever. I think that things happen exactly when they're supposed to happen, exactly as they are meant to happen.
Hi guys, this is Ankita. You are tuned into PeepingMoon.com, and today we have with us man of the hour, rightly so, because Arjun Mathur is definitely finally, I think, buying the joke that you are nominated for the best actor category for International Emmy Awards 2020.
That's right. Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you for having me here.
But why did you even think it was a prank? Why?
Why? I mean, these are just things that one has a hard time believing, Uh, when you've been doing what I've been doing for 13 years now, that I've been acting in the industry, and you know, I guess our notions, our conventional notions of success have somewhat evaded me as far as commercial Bollywood is concerned. To receive this kind of validation and recognition, internationally, the world over, out of the blue like this is it's slightly unbelievable.
Arjun, in your case, the success per se, if we say, has come late knocking the door. Do you have any regrets that it is, do you think it is way too late, or it's always a beginning wherever you start from?
uh, yeah, no, I do not think there's any such thing as way too late. I am very happy about having taken my time, that my journey has taken its time, because that's a big mistake we make, I think, where we start comparing ourselves to other people's journeys, and insecurity and self-doubt and uh, envy and all these things are part of an actor's journey, really, and I think it's really important to respect your own journey, respect and love your own journey, to appreciate your uniqueness and the uniqueness of your journey and your own trajectory. And yeah, I just believe in, that eventually what's meant for you comes to you.
Arjun, while going through your films, so just like 13 to 15 years per se, you have been a part of the cinema. And
Right.
when a recognition of sorts like this comes, do you think your experiences as an artist, because I would say they were not like some commercial roaring success or something out of the blue award nominations downright in Bollywood. Do you think as an artist it has honed your skills rather than, there are some people who actually turn bitter. Been talking to actors and they're like, yes, that leaves a certain kind of bitterness in us that बहुत देर हो गई. Though it's nice, but बहुत देर हो गई. So as an artist, does it affect your craft that it took too long?
I certainly went through a phase where, when I first started realizing, the systems that are in play over here, and I certainly went through a period where I was bitter. I was quite disappointed, and also young at the time, slightly more, with slightly less experience and growth. Um, but I think I overcame that. I overcame that because I decided to look at it another way. I thought that, if there is a roadblock in front of me, it's okay. I can find my way around that roadblock. I can find another way, because the honest truth is that this industry belongs to nobody, and it is possible for everyone and everything to coexist. There is a space for everyone. There is a space for your uniqueness, because it's a huge, huge world out there, and there are people that you will connect with as you are, with the kind of sensibility that you have, with the kind of work that you want to do. You will find people that you will connect with. They may not be in huge numbers, but but it's there. And I just believe, okay, instead of getting bitter, instead of washing your dirty laundry in public, instead of crying about how bad this place has been to you, you have to think about how good it's been to you also. You have to think about, just like you think that you can be somewhere else in your journey, think of how many people there are that are not even a quarter of where you have come, you know. Yeah, I'm very aware how many strugglers and people there are out there who would die to be in my shoes today, honestly. And I might as well enjoy my own shoes, basically. So I believe in putting your head down and just working, because that's the only thing we can do. And it is the only thing in our control is, okay, each time that you're faced with the choice of, okay, do I give up or do I keep going? You always have to make the choice to keep going. That's it. That's the only rule here. There are no other rules. There's no roadmap. There's nothing. There's every person's experience is different. What one person did and how one person achieved success will not work for the other. Simple. You'll have to find your own way.
Because when we're talking about this, the how you measure success also, if I go with your journey, I definitely think that you are, maybe I'm wrong, please correct me, that a certain debate of an insider, outsider, nepotism, you are rather more focused on how you, yourself, and your projects work for you. You don't evaluate them because, if I may so add, in web space where right now you are getting huge recognition and indie projects which you have been part of, it definitely not depends upon box office numbers. There, the
Yeah,
evaluation of success is totally different.
exactly. And that's what I kind of, that's what my understanding was. And that's the way I had to look at it. I had to not focus on what opportunities commercial Bollywood is not giving me. And I had to find my opportunities in other places. I had to, because I was just very aware that commercial Bollywood is not all that is existing here, you know. And चाहे मैं छोटे projects करूं, but there are people out there who are willing to take a chance on me, and thankfully I got to work with a lot of those people. I'm very thankful to all those small films and small experiences which were very big in terms of experiential reward, in terms of feeling, in terms of just in terms of being true to the artist that I intend to be, you know.
So we can say that you're definitely not chasing the phenomena of being a bona fide star.
No, I think that has never been what I chase. I think that if you chase that, I think you're chasing an illusion, honestly. Yeah, I'm not at all. I'm what I'm chasing is really just being a part of good projects, finding good characters, uh, doing them only if my heart is truly connecting to them. And because that's the only way I think I can truly connect with an audience, because the audience that I want to connect with, I want to connect from here. I don't want to show you how well I can dance or how well I can fight, and those are not the reasons that you should follow me.
Um, Arjun, I'll talk about Karan a bit. Karan
Yeah,
Mehra, like
yeah.
rewinding 1.5 years back. I remember when Made in India, Made in Heaven, sorry, came out. It was not something, even as a viewer, I expected to break out. It was like,
Hmm.
oh, it looks nice. And when you saw, and
Yeah,
too much to it, there was so much heart. What, for me, if I have to say, stood out for your character was, despite having a despite portraying a gay character, from the scene one till the last, I guess, scene of the first episode, I had zero idea. Like,
yeah.
that was the best part about it. We
Yes.
especially never stereotyped it with a certain body language, the way someone dresses as we categorize them. Was that a conscious choice? Because in the past you did play certain gay characters. Weren't you a little apprehensive also? Or was it your personal thought that you want to make it as normal and as humane it is supposed to be, not being just trapped by stereotypical choices?
No, these are choices that are actually made by the makers. And I'm fortunate that, honestly speaking, in all the three gay parts that I've done in my life, Meera Nair's Migration and Onir's I Am and Made in Heaven, I was fortunate to do it. I mean, fortunate to kya, I chose to do it only with filmmakers who I knew would be treating it with a certain sensitivity and humaneness and authentically, So all three of these filmmakers, at least I knew that this is the place they all come from. None of them are interested in making a mockery of it, as we have seen in commercial Bollywood in previous decades, over decades. Um, yeah, as for Made in Heaven by itself goes, Zoya and Nitya were very clear right in the start that it is not meant to come through in any of my behavior or mannerisms that he's a gay man. He's supposed to be alpha, as masculine as it gets, and it's just that he likes to sleep with men. That's it. um, yeah, so that was definitely a very conscious choice, and that's it. They said that to me, and they left me free to play it the way I saw fit. And that's why, people ask me how difficult it was to play this character and everything. Unfortunately, it wasn't difficult. What was difficult was, okay, fine, every time I had to get intimate with a man before doing the scene, I used to get nervous just for a little while. But other than that, in terms of characterization and sustaining the character's graph, I it was a breeze, because I was just doing it as myself, and that's the reason they cast me. Honestly, Zoya has a real eye for casting the right person for the right thing. Yeah, and I think she saw in me some qualities which she felt Karan could inherently embody, without, and one would not need to display his homosexuality, you know.
You and Zoya go back almost a decade. Um,
Hmm.
and in this entire decade, with now Made in Heaven success, and of course, we all know Zoya is such an amazing filmmaker. Do you think with a Made in Heaven success, with a International Emmy nomination under your belt, we might see you as a, how should I put it, like a mainstream character in Zoya's Bollywood films, like the actor as we call about, the poster boy. Do you think that now we'll be seeing that? Because I certainly understand when we talk to filmmakers also that despite they know that there are certain actors who are really good, there are so many other pressures that sometimes you can't cast them. There are so
Yeah,
many other shackles also. It's
yeah,
just not up to them. So now
yeah.
you think that you are at a position where we can see something of that sort with Zoya. Because with you and her, it's pretty safe. I would say safe proof for success combination as of now.
So yeah, we actually go back like 13 years to be precise. Zoya even longer actually, because Zoya is that lady who uh, has helped me kind of decide which photos I should send out from my very first portfolio, in 2006. I happened to be in the first short film she ever wrote, which was Meera Nair's film Migration. I happened to be in the first feature film she ever made. I happened to be in the first big ad campaign that she ever wrote for Godrej, and I happened to be in the first series that she's made. And definitely, there's some some karma there, which I'm very thankful for.
You're
Certainly,
the first.
I'm it's a dream come true for an actor like me to have a filmmaker like Zoya Akhtar believe in me and think about me again and again, project to project. I think like it's one can't put a price on that, Um, which is which is so special about this. You are absolutely right in what you said, about all the shackles that actually filmmakers are held by. That's the amazing thing about, I guess, the streaming platforms, the lack of box office shackles, which gives filmmakers the freedom to take risks and cast actors like me in leading parts, work with technicians and creators, writers who have really, really talented people. There is so much talent in this city, just waiting at the fringes, just waiting in the wings for their opportunity, their moment in the sun, you know. So, yeah, I'm very thankful that on this project, Zoya could take that risk and cast me in the lead. I totally understand why she hasn't been able to do so in a commercial feature film so far. Because not just Zoya, even with other filmmakers, I've actually faced where, where I was right up there in the running, in the final two for really big, life-changing films. But at the last minute, honestly, I lost out and I was told by the filmmakers that, we really want to cast you, but the market, the economics is not allowing it. Simple as
Allow
that.
me to interject in between. I asked because Anurag Kashyap very blatantly made a revelation when he said that for Bombay Velvet, he really wanted Ranveer Singh. But the studio
Uh-huh.
wanted a Ranveer Kapoor because at that time Ranveer was relatively new with just maybe a film or so under his belt.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it becomes really difficult even as a filmmaker. It's not every time what
yeah,
you want. It's even
yeah.
the studios and
No,
the economics want.
absolutely, absolutely. I cannot tell you the number of times I've faced that where the filmmaker wants to cast me, but it's not going to happen because it won't allow them to uh, to mount the film that they want to. The uh, to
The
promote it as
budgets
much.
and
The
yeah,
budgets,
the
exactly.
trappings
Yeah.
we have of a typical Bollywood film.
Yes, absolutely. So anyway, all that being said, coming to the point of your question, that I can only hope and pray that Zoya and I get to work together in that capacity, wherein it's an out and out, it's a commercial Hindi feature film, and I get to be the leading man. That's like the stuff of dreams. So let's hope. आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर.
Arjun, do you think that recognition on an international scale,
Hmm.
um, it definitely came, but in India, our artists per se, our actors, as I would like to call them, it gets a little too delayed. We are still, you know, just testing waters with what I would say the opportunities and OTT platform, exciting talent it is, welting out. Do you think Indian market is still fathoming that, okay, this is bursting with amazing stuff, and international market is rather seeing it, I would say, pretty sooner than maybe even we are?
Yeah, often, I mean, that happens sometimes, na? Sometimes it takes another's eye to shine the value on आपके सामने क्या पड़ा है उसकी वैल्यू हम ज्यादा नहीं करते जब तक कोई और उसकी वैल्यू नहीं करता uh, so I guess somewhere it's a bit of a case of that, but that's okay, because at the end of it, look, what's the point? The point is for our content to get better and better, whether it's films or OTT platforms. Now what's happening is like because our content has been going out to a global audience on OTT platforms. Therefore, our content is getting better and better. And I want that to inspire our films as well, and it will, because at the end of it, it's about the audience here. And the audience is getting smarter and smarter. And as soon as the audience starts rejecting a certain kind of film, they'll stop being made, it just yeah. So it's really, honestly, a lot of this is on the audience.
This
um
audience part which you have been saying has been tested rightfully so in the last couple of months when, due to the pandemic and certain unfavorable conditions, our films landed on OTT platform, and the
yeah,
results were pretty surprising. Despite
yeah,
of everyone thinking that okay, it's a film, it will work.
yeah,
Not naming anyone, there have been films which have not been able to perform at par with a certain number of shows or series which have come out at the same time.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, even I like, um that's what, like right now, this debate which has been raging for a few years about OTT and cinemas. I haven't had much of an opinion on it, and because look, I love everything. I want to act everywhere, so it's not in my real interest to choose one over the other or anything, But here we are. We're shoved into a situation where our theaters are shut, and we're consuming all this content now only on streaming platforms, where the biggest of films have been releasing with the smallest of shows, and often those smallest of shows have been overshadowing those biggest of films. So I don't know where this will go, and I don't know what to make of it. I know that things are really churning right now, and I know that I'm enjoying the churn, because it's important, I think, for our overall growth as an industry. Yeah.
Your last outing, Gone Gale, was was a surprise. Like, I started watching and I'm like, by the end of it, I'm like, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty amazing, right? Even I was
Yeah,
pretty
how did you
impressed.
guys manage? I remember
Um,
that was
yeah, I mean, I myself was very pleasantly surprised with how it turned out. To us, we were just a bunch of people who were kind of like everybody else, tired of doing nothing, sitting at home, and just being like, okay, come on, let's do something. And thankfully, someone wrote something, and then we all shot in our own homes, and however we could, with the people we had around us, with our limited resources and everything, and that's it. We put it out, and what a good job! I think the filmmaker Nikhil Bhatt, who I've also done a feature film with, Brij Mohan Amar Rahe, and the production team, Bodhi Tree and Woot. I think all of them did a fantastic job of putting this together.
and
And
you leave it
and
on a very nice cliffhanger. Like, really.
yeah, yeah. Also, like, yeah, basically, yeah. I forgot what I was saying.
I was actually going to ask you that have you ever thought of venturing into a writing or a direction? Because there are actors who really want to express themselves. Sometimes if it's not by the
Yeah,
project, maybe they get asked to act. They want to channel their emotions in that domain. Do you
yeah,
think you see
yeah.
yourself there?
Well, I'll be honest, I have fantasies. I think I do have I think I do want to direct someday, but I've not written anything. And like the thought of creating a world and a story and all that stuff, I don't know if that's my strength. You know what I mean? I think I would have to collaborate with the right people, firstly, and really find the right material that really inspires me to say what I want to say. I don't want to make anything empty. If I ever do, it's got to uh, embody my voice a little bit. So I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until something like that happens, until the right people and material come together, and perhaps give me the opportunity. Let's see. Yeah.
The last 5 days must have been more like, I think now I was in, you were waking up from a good dream. It's all there, it's reality. It's
Yeah.
just near the corner.
Yeah.
Um, do you, has anything changed, Arjun, in last 4 5 days for you? Do you suddenly see a shift? People who were appreciative of Made in Heaven suddenly are making those calls that, okay, let's get the ball turning to next week. Does it happen this way?
I'll be honest, like the feeling right now is feeling a lot like when Made in Heaven released also. And there was this outpouring of love and appreciation for Karan. Uh, so that seems to be happening all over again, basically, and it's lovely because Made in Heaven just feels like the gift that keeps on giving, and I hope it always is. Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, the last few days, I don't even know, if yours, how many days has it been?
I
To me,
think
it feels
five.
to me it feels feeling like two, and because these 5 days for me have just gone in trying to keep up with my phone, and I'm running like 48 hours behind in responding to people's messages, and it's really rude. People send you all this love and appreciation, and to not get a response is really rude. So I'm trying to respond to everybody. It's taking me time. So if you're watching this and have sent me a message, thank you, and I love you, and just I'll get back to you soon. Yeah.
So I'll not take much of the time and I'll just come to the point which everyone has asked me to ask you. Made in Heaven 2. I know you're not going to say anything about it, but I'll just make it a little spicy. Do you think Made in Heaven, I think so, has the potential to be one of those long running series where we can have seasons because it has so much to explore. There are so many characters having a certain kind of, more extensions to be. Do you think Made in Heaven that has that kind of potential, which in which we feel, certain seasons and delving deeper into the human emotions?
I think uh, I think it has that potential, certainly. And but at the end of it, it's not something that I don't believe in doing things just because they should be done, or just for the sake of continuing. When you think that something has been exhausted, then it's good to just put it aside, until there are stories to tell. And well, honestly, in this world where weddings and all are concerned and society is concerned, there are always stories to tell. So I certainly think it can be something very long lasting, but I don't have any personal attachment to it as such. You know, like I love Karan, I love the show. I'm happy to take it up, again. But I don't know how many more times again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, as an actor, you want to do other things also.
Exactly.
So I'm open. Let me say I'm open. Like, if we continue for a couple of seasons, I'm more than happy. And if we don't, then I'm happy to do other things, you know?
It totally boils down to the fact that how much exciting Karan remains.
Yeah,
That's
I guess so. I guess so. Let's see. Let's see now, you know? I think if Karan actually comes home with an Emmy, then things, I don't know, things will, everyone
I'm
will be,
waiting what Karan is going to do with all the cash which is finally lying on that table on the last shot, and I am trying to see where they move
yeah,
forward. But yes,
me too.
it was amazing chatting with you, Arjun. It's just wishing you loads of success further, and I hope that you just only and only look for something which excites you, and irrespective of whichever platform it goes.
I promise I will try to do that.
Thank you so much, Arjun, and wishing you all the best. Maybe the next interview we have the victory win, and why not? God bless. Let's cross the fingers.